Welcome to PodCapers, the official podcast of a place to hang your cape. And this week, it's an episode without me! Wait, where are you going? No, come back! It'll be fine, I promise! Cue the music! Hello there, capers, and as I said, welcome to PodCapers, the official podcast of a place to hang your cape. My name is Scott James Merridew, and this is the show where we talk about various geek and nerd-related topics, and are joined each week by a very special different guest, except for this week, because we're doing something a bit different. You may remember a while back when David Molofsky, our editor in Cape, made a little sojourn to Cardiff International Comic Expo and went around there and talked to lots of different people and sent me the order from it. Well, we're doing that again, but this time with a little bit of a twist. Because David is joined by the official sidekick of A Place to Hang Your Cape, Fred McNamara! Oh yes, and unfortunately, capers, I could not attend, unfortunately. I was very, very busy up here in Edinburgh, trying not to freeze to death, because, you know, it's October now in Edinburgh, and that means winter is coming. Oh, yes. But anyway, what you're going to hear now is David and Fred going about the con and talking to lots of different people about lots of different things, and it's going to be really interesting, I promise. And I know, you're going to miss my dulcet tones in your ear holes, but you know what? I think you'll find a way to manage. So I'm going to hand things off to David and Fred. Guys, what have you been up to?
Hello, Capers. This is David and Fred reporting live from Thought Bubble 2018. It is Friday around 5:30. We have just got into our Airbnb where we will be staying for the weekend. Say hi to the people, Fred.
Hi, people. It's Fred, your friendly neighborhood senior editor and official sidekick.
Official sidekick. I'm David, the editor in Cape. You're the official sidekick. And we have to embrace these titles, because if we don't, no one will.
I know.
So this is actually Fred's first time at Thought Bubble.
This is my first ever Thought Bubble.
Are you excited?
I am. I'm excited to put a human face to email addresses and Twitter profiles and Kickstarter campaigns. It's going to be a good weekend, I think. Yeah,
I think so too. I'm pretty excited to get a whole lot of new comics, meet a whole lot of new creators. I think Fred is nodding his head beside me saying yes.
We're going to annihilate our wallets.
Yes. Yeah. We have a highlighted map that we've planned out the entire day. Fred is going to take the odd numbers. I'm going to take the even numbers. I think
that sounds fine.
Yeah. Anyway, and hopefully we'll meet in the middle. You know, we'll go one, or I'll go right, you go left.
That sounds fine. We'll bump into each other at some point somehow.
Yeah. And be on the lookout, because Fred will be sporting, well, I guess you can't be on the lookout because this will have already happened, but Fred will be sporting his brand spanking new cape, created by the lovely Kit Putty Geeks, our cosplay hero. It's looking very nice. We still haven't found a place to hang it, though. Do you know a place where we can hang your cape, Fred?
I don't know a place where I could hang my cape.
You don't know a place to hang your cape? Fred, you're the editor of A Place to Hang Your Cape.
I didn't get that at first. I do apologize. I didn't know a place to hang your cape. I know quite well. I've known it for half a decade now, it feels like.
Yeah, jeez. So we will be coming to you live, although really recorded, from the con, sporadically over the next 2 days. Maybe give another update later tonight, depending on what happens, and then tomorrow we'll probably follow the same format as we did at Cardiff, where we'll interview some people, see what we see, and give you some updates about the whole event during the day. It's gonna be very exciting. Are you ready, Fred?
I'm ready, David.
Excellent. Catch up with you later.
Well, guys, it's good to know that you've got a plan. It sounds like you've got everything all sorted out. Glad to see that Fred has got a new accoutrement for himself. He's got a little cape going on there. I'm sure the con is going to be a lot of fun. And so, capers, we now join David and Fred on the morning of the con as they're about to take their first steps into the world of Thought Bubble. Guys!
All right, Capers, so it's now Saturday morning. We've got about an hour until the con. We're just sort of hanging out, waiting for things to kick off. Are you excited, Fred?
I am excited. We've tested our capes and they're all good to go.
Yes, we had a test flight.
Off the top of the roof of the Airbnb.
Yeah, exactly. Last night was pretty fun. We went for a couple drinks with some people. A big Cardiff crew, actually. It was
Yes.
Emily Owen, Gavin Mitchell, PJ Montgomery, Joe Glass, and a few other people. It was a good time.
It was. Good to see everyone.
Yeah. And looking forward to seeing them and many, many more people today.
Many more people.
Yes. Very exciting. So I think we will be heading out pretty soon, and we will update you once we are at the target location.
See you then, capers.
The target location? David, you're going to a comic convention! Not blowing up the Death Star, jeez! Anyway, keepers, we now join Fred and David at the target location, aka the fucking comic convention, Thought Bubble, jeez guys. And now, keepers, the madness truly begins. Ho 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 ho!
So I'm here with Brett Uren, creator of the new webcomic The No Men, which I know nothing about, and he's going to tell me all about now.
The premise is that a lady who lives in 23rd century Leeds is a folk singer, not a very good one. She has a really rubbish gig at a pub and runs into a backing up garbage van that happens to have, I suppose you'd call it a nebula in the back. So it's not for disposing of trash, but disposing of dimensional anomalies and general weird stuff. The idea is most of the technology is based around bending space and time. And when you have any kind of municipal facilities or machines or anything that use dimensional warps, when things go wrong, they go really weirdly wrong. And the No Men are a team of clean-up operatives that go in and sort that stuff out. But naturally, doing that sort of clean-up is never as easy, straightforward, or sanity-retaining as you might think.
That sounds amazing. Is it just you doing everything on the comic, or is anyone else helping out?
Partially the reason for being away this long is we went through several colorists and 3 prospective artists. So I have a whole bunch of working up done by other artists who for one reason or other backed out of the project or had other commitments and it just didn't work out. So after I picked myself off, dusted it off a little bit, all right, okay, I'll give this a go. Yeah. And it's turned out really nicely. I mean, I really, really wanted to try something different. So most people who write and draw comics that get put up on, say, Comixology, it's always designed for print first and then chopped up. Well, this is designed to be read down on the scroll.
Oh, that is actually really cool.
I wanted to try something with a concept, an actual digital comic that's not a print comic put on a digital space, but designed for how people are reading things now.
So the way the comic's laid out, just for the people at home, it looks like you can just scroll on it on your phone, and that's a really easy way to read it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so much pacing to do with comics hinges on the page turn, right? The surprise, the reveal. Well, the reveal with a phone is that you scroll up, so you pace the story to that instead. And because you can make the panels longer, or you can put things and details on the bottom that you may not notice at first when you're reading from the top down, rather than turning the page or having to flick back a couple of pages. Oh, that's what that was.
Well, from the preview you just showed me, it looks like it's going to be a real flick through. I don't know how to say page turner.
Scroll through her.
Scroll through her. Yeah, there we go.
Cool. I'm trying. Hopefully, I can keep it up to pace of getting 4 more panels out for a weekly release, rolling every Wednesday.
And where can people find it?
I got that wrong. It's my own website. My God.
You'd be surprised how many times that happens.
theno.men. It's an unusual website name. Well, I thought it was kind of nicely brand integrated. Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you. It's really nice to see you again.
Okay, so we're here with Tom, the creator of The Folly of Jasper Wraith, which has 3 very pretty volumes out at the moment. Can you tell us a bit about the book?
Thank you very much for saying they're pretty. So, yes, it's a fantasy story, magic, mystery, animal familiars and the like. The main thread of the story is a boy disappointed with his father follows in his footsteps to take some sort of revenge. Rather misjudged and folly you might say. His travels in this magic school lead into all kinds of trouble. He has a dubious moral compass, which usually leads him to think that thievery is the answer to most problems. And and adventures stem from there.
Revenge, thievery, and adventures. I like the sound of all that.
Thank you.
So where can people find the book if they're not here at Thought Bubble today?
Wonderful. Okay, so you can find it on www.comicsy.co.uk/Jabbercrow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us.
Well, thank you very much, Dave. Cheers.
Okay, we're here with Julian Payne, the creator of Silvix. Can you tell us a bit about the book?
It's a book that explores a bit about English folklore, our relationship with trees in an adventure style that places a really tough heroine right in the middle of the mix, and she has to deal with a murderous blackthorn tree.
I mean, Silvix, that sort of does make it sound like it's about the woods.
Yeah.
How long have you been working on this book? I know it's your first one, so that's really exciting.
Yes, I'm amazed to be here actually. So it's my first comic, 240 pages.
Wow.
Took me about 2.5 years of midnight oil because full-time job, lots of kids. That really.
Wow, it's amazing. Are you pleased with the final product and happy to be have it here at Thought Bubble?
I am delighted to be here at Thought Bubble, and I'm very pleased with it. Yeah, it's great.
Amazing. And where can people buy it if they're not at Thought Bubble?
I'm still a newbie, so you have to go to my Insta and DM me. So my Insta is pajama_cardinal. Come and find me there.
It's a very good Instagram handle. Great. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you. Thanks very much indeed.
I guess we're here with Nye Wright, author of Unconventional Wisdom. Can you tell us a bit about the book?
Certainly. 3 things that I think people might think are interesting. 1, the book is full of sketches of current UK comics artists. Sorry for the American accent. Hopefully people like that. 2, I've gone to talks where they've been speaking. I've written down some of the wonderful things they've said. Hannah Barry talking about the profound lack of representational tea bags in the current UK comic scene. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. And there's some more profound stuff in there as well. And then 3rd thing is I'm donating all the proceeds of this comic to something called Draw the Line Comics, which is an anthology comic. I think 110 artists from around the world putting together comics to kind of give Trump a better point of view than the one he's currently using, and maybe to make the Brexit discourse a little bit more civil. So Draw the Line Comics,
Cool. And did you do anything for Draw the Line Comics?
Yes, I did. I did a little one-page strip about one of the best things you can do is sign a petition. It may seem like a simple thing, but you can slay the Corruptosaurus Rex with your own signature on an online petition.
I love that, the Corruptosaurus Rex. And if people want to get their hands on Unconventional Wisdom, where can they get it?
Certainly, WelshEldorado.BigCartel.com. Welsh Eldorado. My name is Uren. In Welsh, it means golden one. Golden one in Spanish is Eldorado. Random, but Welsh Eldorado.
I like it. All right. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you, guys. Hey, enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, so we're here at Thought Bubble with Rebecca Burgess, who's just released How to Be an Ace, Navigating Asexuality. Can you tell us a bit about the book?
It's exactly what the title says. It's an autobiographical comic about being asexual. And I just sort of spun asexuality into a coming-of-age story, so just about like growing up and going to university, but from the perspective of someone who's asexual.
Awesome. It looks like it's a really cool art style. I've actually just picked up the comic now. I'm very excited to read it. And if people want to find out more, can they find you on Twitter or anywhere on the internet?
I'm Theora, like everywhere, so on Twitter and Instagram, it's spelled TheoRah. It's a really awkward username.
Awesome. Well, I will definitely be keeping a lookout for it, and you should too, Capers. So I'm here with Richard Rudge, who's a friend of the show, been on to talk about his comic Wayfarer before, and he's now doing a new anthology on Kickstarter that he's going to tell us all about.
Okay, so Off the Mark Anthology is a group anthology book for 14 different artists who are students of John McCrae, who's running the Create the Break art course in the West Midlands, and it's an anthology book, so it's all based around one theme, which is very loosely, every comic has a pen. And we'll create a comic for it, and we're funding on Kickstarter now. It's going on till just close the end of October, and it's called Off the Mark Anthology, and we'd love to check it out.
Awesome. And so where can people find it then? On Kickstarter?
Yes, on Kickstarter, Off the Mark Anthology.
Amazing. Thanks.
Thanks.
So yeah. So we're here with Serge Baeken. Is that how you say your name?
Well, in Flanders they say Serge Baeken.
Okay. I'm not going to try to say it that way.
Serge Baeken is okay.
Okay. Sounds delicious. So he's the author of the book Sugar, Life as a Cat. Can you tell us a bit about the comic?
It's a biography of my cat, which has been living with us for 18 years.
Wow.
And it's really life seen through the eyes of a cat. It's a bit of a cubist experiment in page layout.
Okay.
Because all frames are connected and each page has 24 small square frames.
Very interesting. I'm going to have a peer through in a minute, so very interesting to see what this looks like. How long have you been working on the book?
In total 7 years.
7 years.
But the actual drawing was 2 years.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So this is a long personal project for you then?
It is, yeah. But I did different versions of it.
Okay.
So the first one I did without any documentation in the shop window of a comic book shop in Antwerp. And it took me about 2 months to finish that. But it was of course very rough. And I thought the story was good enough to show to a larger audience, but it needed to be reworked in that way, so it would be more easy to read. And it took me about 3 or 4 years to find a style that matched the story. I was very active as an illustrator back then, so it's my illustrator style that I used to make the comic. I drew every frame, and there are 24 per page, so in total 1,440 frames.
Wow.
And I drew them very large, like 20 by 20 centimeters, and I had to reduce them later on. And it took me about 2 or 3 days to do one frame. So,
wow, that's impressive. And if people are interested, where can they find the comic?
The comic is available in most comic book stores. In a language, in any language, I think, because it's in French and English, Polish. They're making a Spanish version as well. If you want the English comic and you want to order it online, you can go to Soaring Penguin Books or maybe to the sugaretto.com site.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Come again?
Thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure.
So we're here with Jess and Claire and Zara from Wine and Zine. They've just put out a brand new anthology. Do you guys want to tell us a bit about it?
I mean, this is it's an anthology of all of our 5 of us, all of our comics. We've done an original comic, and so it's all of our different styles, all of a different original story, and it's new and it's lovely, and I think it's great. I'm not very good at this.
That's all right. Awesome. And are you guys excited to be debuting it here at Thought Bubble?
Yeah, it's really exciting to have something new to bring out because we didn't have too much last year, and we've only been going as a collective for a year or two.
Yeah.
So our stock has doubled since last year because we're just prolifically putting stuff out. And the anthology is a culmination of everything that Wine and Zine is. So it's got each individual story really encapsulates our styles. So it's really exciting to show people what Wine and Zine is.
Awesome. And if people want to buy it, where can they get it if they're not here at Thought Bubble today?
You can go to wineandzine.bigcartel.com to pre-order a copy, which we'll send out when we get home.
Awesome. And where can people find you on Twitter?
At Wine and Zine, and then you can find all our individual Twitters from there as well.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Well, Capers, there you have it. That's all the interviews that Fred and David sent to me. I really hope you enjoyed them. I certainly really enjoyed listening to them. It's a lot of good stuff. And now, Capers, as we end today's episode, we join Fred and David after the con. The fatigue has set in, the night draws to a close, and we find them at the Airbnb, ready for the night's repast.
All right, well, we're back at the Airbnb. The con is over. It was a great day. How did you enjoy your first thought bubble, Fred?
My first thought bubble was incredible. It was so nice. It was so great having all the regulars and newbies of indie comics put on such a large scale. Multiple tents,
for sure.
multiple halls, just bopping around one after the other. It's a great place to be if you love your indie comics.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time. We met a lot of new people. Like you said, we saw a lot of old friends as well. I always say thought bubbles where, like, we get all our comics for the year, which is great. I think I bought a whole bunch of great stuff that I'm really looking forward to reading. I know you got a whole bunch. You were heavily laden with comics by the time we got back.
I definitely can't spend any more money on comics this year. I am now totally maxed out. But for all the best reasons, I have a lot of good things to get through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we picked up tons of great stuff that you will be seeing on A Place to Hang Your Cape very soon. So stay tuned for that. We also got a bunch of really great interviews with indie comic creators, which you will have already heard now. And I'm really excited about because a lot of those people, even in the interviews, I was just meeting today, a few of them.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting. And
newbies.
Yeah, a few very, very newbies. I think it was his very first comic ever that he'd been working on for years, which is really cool. So we're gonna head off to the after party soon. But I think that's about it from us. Anything else you want to add, Fred?
Apparently, there's dancing at this party. We will find out. Oh God.
Yeah, Fred, those capes are made for dancing.
We'll find out.
All right. Well, Capers, this is us signing off.
Goodbye.
These capes are made for dancing, and that's just what they'll do. But one of these days, these capes are gonna flap all over you. What do capes do? Billow in the breeze? Gonna billow in the breeze all over you. You see, it doesn't work, damn it! Well, that was a fun episode, Capers, mostly because I had to do very little work on it, which is always a lot of fun for me. I spent the time I would have usually spent working on an episode ordering lots and lots of jumpers on Amazon because, as I said, winter is coming and I will need them. Not for, walking around, for sleeping in, because that's how cold last winter was and I don't know if I'll survive this one. Oh, God, I chose to live here. Why did I choose to live here? Oh, it's so cold. But if you enjoyed this show, Capers, please tell your friends, shout it from the rooftops. And if you haven't already, go back and listen to some of our other super episodes, like our Caper in Cardiff episode a while back. That was a lot of fun as well. And you can listen to the show on iTunes, Podbean, YouTube, Spotify, or at podcapers.com. We have a Patreon. Check out the rewards, patreon.com/AP2HYC. If you want to get in touch with us, suggest show topics, or maybe come on the show yourself, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AP2HYC, or email us at podcapers@AP2HYC.com. Thank you very much to Dan Harris for our logo, the lovely microphone and the red and blue 3D glasses, those are mine. And thank you for listening. This has been PodCapers, the official podcast of A Place to Hang Your Cape. Cue the music!